Okay, so I've just been inside to have some lunch and the postman has just delivered this. So I thought I'd do a little quick look through and a little bit of a review on this book. I bought this book secondhand from modelsforsale.co.uk. It's secondhand, it's got a little bit of a scuff on it, but not too bad. It's in very good condition, almost new. And I bought this because I'm building an FW190D as part of my group build on the Scale Modelers Critique group, and so I thought it'd be great to have some reference material. So this is the FW190D and the Ta152. So that's the 190 that's got an elongated nose because it's got a different engine in it, and to offset that it's got the longer tail, and then the Ta152, which is the high altitude version with the longer wings. So let's have a look inside. I have a flick through the book. So we have 3 sections. We have the airframe chapters that go 6 chapters on the different aircraft. Then we have a section on the miniatures, so the different kits and stuff that's available for making this model, and then we have some appendices. So if we go through, immediately that strikes me is there are some lovely reference photographs in this book. Great if you're building one of these, great for reference for your model. Some really nice photographs. So chapter 1, it talks about the evolution of the FW190D. It goes through all the different versions, and chapter 2 looks at the F190D series. So the different versions from prototype to the D14 or the D15. Then we get to chapter 3 looking at the Ta152. Some really nice photo shots again. So these lovely little profiles. Okay, chapter 4 looking at the H series. Chapter 5, projects and drawing board designs. Okay, so looking at again some nice photos. Chapter 6, now we'll get to looking at the camouflage and the markings of these aircraft. Okay, some really nice photographs again. And then we start getting some colour call-outs and some profiles. These are really nicely done. This is a nice touch looking at the different groups that they belong to, so different colour bands across the back. And then we've got some colour profiles, so looking through at the F190D, some really nice colour photo profiles for you. Looking really good. Chapter 7 looks at the different kits that are available for these aircraft, and as you can see there's quite a few, from the Tamiya, Edard, the Revel, lots of different versions. This is the one I'm building at the moment, so the 132 Hasegawa, the Zokimura. So even some of the latest kits that are out for this in here. Chapter 8, building a selection. So here some model makers have gone and built some of the different kits that are available. So a really nice resource to have a look at, you know, how they go together, and gives you some detail about how the build goes. But really nice photographs again. Okay, then we have chapter 9, building a collection. And so we have just some nice pictures here showing different parts and variations and so on. The difference between the prototypes and the production machines to assist you in making them. So if you wanted to make any changes to a model kit or anything, you could come in here and have a look at things that you might want to do. So, you know, I know for certain, you know, certain models like this wouldn't be available, being a prototype. If you wanted to, you could come in and add these little bits in, if you wanted to do something that's not available out of the box. So really nice touch. And as you can see, there are many different versions, lots of notes and things that are included and are needed. Okay, so then we have chapter 10. So we have the in detail section, and here we can see we start off with the cockpit and the canopy. So some nice photographs and drawings and diagrams of the cockpit. Nice little display. Okay, running through the cockpit still. And again. Then we start looking at the fuselage. We'll go in some more diagrams. Looking at the engine. Looking at the wings. Breakdown of the wings. Looking at the tail. The undercarriage. Some nice close-ups here of undercarriage, where the pipes and things go. So the weapons. Nice close-ups of the machine guns there. Okay, and so that comes into that section. Then we get to the appendix. Appendix 1 lists all the different kits that are available for these aircraft, and as you can see, quite a few there. And then we have Appendix 2, which lists all of the accessories and the aftermarket stuff that you can get. Very useful. Then we look at Appendix 3 and we look at the decals that are available, or the decals. And then we have a bibliography, so all the books that we use to create this book and just some extra information. Okay, and then a glossary at the end, which is quite useful. Now, the reason that I bought this mainly is because where I'm going to, where this aircraft hasn't got any rivet detail, I'm going to come in on this one and I'm going to add some rivet detail to this. And although I was looking on the internet for details, and I did find some pictures, some of them weren't exactly the best quality and a bit blurry, so I wanted to buy a book that had the rivet detail on them. So here you can see this lovely little pull out. It's a 4-page pull out, and as you can see on here, it's got all the rivet lines, all the panel lines that I'm going to need for when I come to rivet the aircraft. And so really nicely detailed rivet drawings and some really nice scale drawings here. And so for the FW190D and for the Ta152 as well, all of the rivet lines, and even some profiles of the bulkheads if you were going to make, if you're going to scratch build a model, or as my dad used to, he would have used this to create his radio controlled version, and you know, created the bulkheads using this. So that is a really nice addition at the back there. And so that is Airframe and Miniature Series number 3 by Richard A. Franks, Valiant Wings Publishing. That is a very, very nice book. Normally retails at $17.95. I got it cheaper than that because it was second hand. So it was first published in 2012, so quite a recent book, so that's why there's some of the recent things in there. So that's the book. So I think, you know, for $17.95, if this is an aircraft that you really want to know about, or if you just want to find out a little bit more, I'd say this book is an absolute fantastic addition to your library. It's going to be great for if you're building a model of the aircraft and you just want to go that little bit extra mile and add as much and super detail it up a little bit. You can't go wrong with that book. So I hope you enjoyed that review.